Okay, I suggest you both receive your pre-bout instructions. I expect a clean match. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. And most importantly, I expect you to protect yourself at all times. Anything below that is a foul. Anything below here is a foul. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Referee Gonzalez-Vivas has been through so many of these world title fights. As we are underway for the WBO Junior Featherweight World Title fight.
All that trash talk is over. I always say, fighters judge. No matter what you say, you judge in the ring. And we gonna see tonight.
373-day layoff. Magdaleно's also going to learn something about himself. You know, you can think you're back, you can train hard, but you never really know until you're back in there, do you?
Right. There's always uncertainty.
There's a right hand from Dogboe.
Magdaleno pulling straight back, got caught with a right hand by Dogboe, excuse me.
A week ago right now, we saw the return of Ramirez after a long layoff against inferior competition. He came out and went on the attack. Didn't worry about ring rust or being tested, said, let me get after it here. Obviously a little more circumspect from Magdaleno against an undefeated top contender in Dogboe.
Magdaleno kind of just measuring right now, trying to find his distance, maintain distance, and he's trying to catch Dogboe lunging in with the shots.
That's what some of the pre-fight provocation was about. He wants Magdaleno to come to him, get angry, bring the fight to him, which is where he wants to be.
Obviously, southpaw against orthodox. You have to watch for the clash as they come forward, like moments like that. There's a good exchange right there, and Magdaleno scores a first-round knockdown.
6, 7, 8. Okay.
I told y'all that boy can punch.
Sure can. Oh, what a good left hand that split the guard too. Let's see how Dogboe reacts now with over a minute to go here in round number 1.
Young man punches like a welterweight.
Dogboe has never been knocked down in his career prior to this. Backed up again.
Jesse, don't push, okay?
Jessie full of confidence right now. He hurt him with that shot. Now he's gonna walk him down.
Backing up is Dogboe, throwing the right hand. Left uppercut comes in from the champ.
Dogboe's fighting back. But not real effective with his punches.
Whole new game, isn't it, when you get put in a spot like that?
Everything changes once you get hit. Like I said, you can talk and say
another left hand clips him.
You can say whatever you want. You judge in the ring.
That was a slip that time as he was thrown off balance. Final seconds of this first round. We're going to take a short break. We will come back and show you that knockdown scored by Magdaleno.
Tranquilly. Side to side.
A right hook started it. That right hook started it. Right hook, 2 right hooks, and then a left hand.
Let's break them down after jamming the feint. You hear me? After jamming the feint. Try to sneak in a hook, jab, hook. Try to sneak it in there, pero cerrado. Tranquilo, con paciencia.
Consider the rust gone on Jessie Magdaleno, the 122-pound world champion who scored that knockdown in round 1. Watch what the right hooks were able to do here.
Yeah, Dogboe getting a little bit comfortable there, getting a little bit greedy with his punches. He forgot that punches are going to come back at him. And right hook, follow with the left hook, coming around. Like you said, 80-some% of Magdaleno's punches are power shots. So you know he's a hooker. He likes to hook.
He's landed 18 40 power punches already in this fight.
Magdaleno already got the spec of Dogboe. Dogboe not willing to come in.
Don't pull his head down. Don't pull his head down.
And if you allow a guy like Magdaleno to think and use his ability, you in trouble.
Dogboe said that he took care of Magdaleno's business last time out by getting rid of Cesar Juarez. I would say Magdaleno took care of his business pretty well.
Pretty well, huh?
First round.
Let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go.
Going to work a bit on the inside.
You got to be careful with the head clashes. Both of their power hands line up on the same line. And Magdaleno has a tendency of stepping in Atlantis combinations, and Dogboe drops his head. So be careful. These guys got to be careful. Look out for their heads.
Magdaleno's already learned something about himself. Being off for 373 days, a year and a half removed from his signature win over Nonito Donaire. Now Dogboe has to learn something.
Yeah.
What's it like to fight after you've been put down?
They don't just hand out world championships. You have to overcome some adversity. And that's the task right now for Isaac Dogboe.
Some swelling under the right eye of Dogboe.
I'll tell you one thing, when a lot of posing going on, if you don't know what to do next, if you have doubt, use the jab. Use the jab. That's what the jab is for. Neither fighter willing to exchange right now.
A lot of posing.
Both guys are kind of respecting one another.
Wide sweeping right hand from Dogboe. Tries to go to the body. Covered up was Magdaleno with those elbows. Tried to split the guard with the right hand. That one did get in. And now they trade. Magdaleno charges in, closes the space, and ties up.
Occasionally Magdaleno will bag out. And that time, Dogboe stepped with him and threw that overhand right.
Turned into a great round.
Sure did. Last minute of the second round. Good stuff. End of 2. Round number 3 of what's shaping up to be a very good world title fight. Magdaleno against Dogboe. Magdaleno scored the knockdown in the first round. Dogboe came back well in the second round. Just before that, we saw Jesse Hart with a 7th round TKO with a very odd ending to the fight against Damon Nicholson. Bernardo, you had a chance to talk to the commissioner here in Pennsylvania. What can you tell us?
Yes, I talked to Greg Serb, the executive director of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission. He said that Sean Clark is an experienced referee. He did not expect what happened to happen, but he said at the end of the day, you've got to get up. Whether the referee stops his count at 7, and he was still counting, he said, but it was Nicholson who was arguing with him instead of getting up, and that's why it was a knockout. He said, I'm going to watch the fight with Sean Clark, and then we'll determine what happens next, but it's a good knockout for Jesse Hart.
All right, that puts a wrap on Jesse Hart's victory against Nicholson here as things continue to heat up in round number 3 between Magdaleno and Dogboe.
Another overhand right, a little short hook landed by Dogboe. What's happening is Magdaleno's getting comfortable. He's getting comfortable in there. He'll step back with his hands down. Dogboe's noticed that, and he's following him. He's staying right there.
Remember, these two guys sparred a few years ago in Vegas. Depending on whom you believe, it was supposed to go 10 rounds. It went only 5. Dogboe says,
balance. Magdaleno's right on top of him.
That was that bolo left hand I talked about.
Dogboe says he cut it short. Magdaleno says, what more am I going to learn from him? It was sparring.
There's a lot of times in sparring sessions where I got my behind whooped, but you know what? When I got to the fight, I was ready.
Well, you had a sparring session against the champion we're watching in here.
I'm writing about one of them right now with Terrence Crawford.
Oh, yeah, I had a great sparring session with him.
Leave it to the readers, okay?
Terrence Crawford, the great undefeated pound-for-pound elite, will be in action on June 9th, welterweight championship fight against Jeff Horn, who upset Manny Pacquiao last year. Horn's going to put his title on the line in Vegas on ESPN Plus, the $4.99 a month app. That is a signature product of the newly designed app. That'll be on ESPN Plus on June 9th.
No punches, step back.
Both guys looking to try to knock each other out. You know, there's really no setup punches, no setup jabs, nothing come behind in the jab, you know.
Well, I see Dogboe wants to get in and just maul him to the body.
He wants to mold him to the body, but he's throwing leaping shots, and every now and then he gets lucky with shots over the top, like that one.
Joe Tessitore ringside with Mark Kriegel and the two-division world champion Timothy Bradley. Isaac Dogboe walked into a left hand from Jessie Magdaleno in that last round, Tim.
Absolutely. Isaac Dogboe walked right into it. He was rushing forward with some shots, left himself exposed, and guess what? The smarter Magdaleno stepped back, half step back, and caught him with that left hook, actually.
Mark, he was hearing a lot from his father, Paul Dogboe, the former soldier in the British Army, who has become a boxing trainer to a son who made the Olympics.
You know, not only that, but the youngest Olympian in London 2012, 17 years old, he told his son when he was 14 years old, give me 5 years, you'll make the Olympic team. We'll pursue a championship together. Now, I've seen a lot of father-son acts in this game. We got one ringside and Danny Garcia. We're going to see the best of them in a few weeks with the Lomachenkos. But I've never seen one like Paul and Isaac Dogboe. He's kind of a boxing buff. He wound up tutoring fighters on the British boxing team. He's a mechanic by trade. He's an artist by inclination. He's a completely self-taught, boxing coach. He goes, I invented my own style, and it's peculiar to his son.
Bernardo, what did you hear in that corner?
Joe, as much as Paul Dogboe said, Jessie Magdaleno, don't run before this fight, he told his son, don't stand with him. You need to move until you recover.
And for a moment, a willingness to stand right in front of him as Dogboe scored with the right hand. Magdaleno threw back, and now they tie up in the center of the ring, separated by Benjay Esteves.
Dogboe somehow found a way to get Magdaleno to stand directly in front of him and exchange with him. And he's having a little success doing so.
You can see his strength. You can also see why tactically he wanted to upset him enough to bring Magdaleno in, bring the fight. He doesn't want to chase. The less Magdaleno boxes, the better it is for Dogboe.
And also, I can see a little ring rust of Magdaleno.
What do you see that's not quite as sharp, Tim?
He's not real efficient. He's fighting in spots.
Dogboe just landed a right hand.
Timing's a little bit off.
Far better looking round for Isaac Dogboe here. Got into that early hole, a 10-8 round with a knockdown scored in round number 1.
Let him out. 10 seconds.
Good work against the ropes in the second round. Magdaleno came back with that left hand in the third, but a better round here in the fourth for Dogboe.
Work Khan did great. He has fast hands. His hands looks quick, powerful at 150 pounds.
I would just hope you guys weren't going to talk yourselves out. 49-second extravaganza.
That was Amir Khan's return. Listen, I know it was target practice against limited competition, but he looked sharp. He looked accurate.
Listen, it took Earl Spence a little bit of time to get that guy out of there, and he fought him on short notice. This young man had...
a knockdown scored! The champ goes down here in round 5!
7, 8, look at me.
Isaac Dogboe, the undefeated contender, coming at Jessie Magdaleno. Lot of time to work with. Could he pull off the upset here? Big right hand comes into the head. Magdaleno's got to find a way to survive.
Yes, he does. He needs to learn how to tie up. He's not tying up. He's giving him space to shoot them shots. Step in and tie the young man up and stop swinging, leaving himself wide open.
Another right hand comes in.
He's in trouble.
He's hit him with a bunch of big right hands, especially to the body. He's loading up the body.
This is the uncertainty I was telling you about.
Magdaleno, the undefeated American with the 1-year layoff, trying to survive against Isaac Dogboe. A minute and a half still to go in this round as he fires back for a moment.
Let's not forget yesterday in the interview room, we all left taken with Dogboe's confidence in himself.
Yes. Calm and confident and purposeful. And now, can all that purpose deliver the win of a lifetime?
He doesn't look like a pastor to me.
He's a mean one, it's that.
Maybe a George Foreman pastor. But he believes in himself.
Tim, how sturdy does Magdaleno look to you right now?
He has his wits down. Look, he sees the punches coming. But he's still in bad shape right now. He's not where he needs to be right now. He needs to be in the center of the ring. It's target practice right now for Dogboe. Even though he's landing on the arms,
he keeps going to the body. He's not headhunting at all.
Exactly. Jessie don't understand. That's weakening him.
Look at Jessie saying, bring it. Right in the middle of the ring.
That's a way of a fighter just trying to get back into the fight, trying to pump himself up to get back into the fight, but he's getting beat right now. Look at his leg.
He looked unsteady, even throwing that left hand to the body, as now he backs up to the near side ropes.
It's good if you're in the movies. It's not great strategy, fellas.
This is playing out like a Hollywood script. The young kid from Ghana who moved to London, who made the Olympics, and has come across the globe confidently talking trash. Now in position.
10 seconds.
Huge round for Dogboe. Magdaleno badly hurt but survives it.
You want to keep going? Hey, Nico, stay tight. Watch this guy. Let's recover. Hey, don't worry. Don't worry.
Watch
Don't
this
worry.
right hand from Dogboe.
Hey, that's just
There it is. The right hand perfectly timed after that. He tried to go for that right hook.
right hand, get under it.
Left himself wide open.
Stay right there. Stay.
Dogboe stayed right there
You gotta hold it.
and landed that money punch that put the champion on the ground.
Let's remember, this is a guy who learned to box with his father holding mitts in a park in the Kensington section of London. People thought they were crazy. But you got to be a little crazy in this game.
And remember this, Jessie Magdaleno had never been knocked down prior to that, amateur or pro. Now he's got to deal with all of it. And a confident Dogboe stalking again as a respite as Benji Esteves gives the warning. Round number 6, world title fight. Both unbeaten.
You said it, Tess, confident. That gave Dogboe so much confidence. He's gonna walk down Magdaleno from the fight on. Right now, he's gonna walk him down all night. He feels he has the edge, the power, the faith, everything he needs right now to take the champion out.
What impresses me is that he continues to play to his strengths, the right hand to the body, instead of headhunting.
Right. Well, you go down to the body, guess what? That opens up the head shot.
But when you get a guy in trouble, the natural instinct is, let me take off his head.
Right, right. Well, he was taught right by his father to go down to the body, to bring the hands down.
He was too physical as a soccer player as a kid.
Magdaleno needs to get off those ropes.
How about this world title fight when you're in the midst of round number 6? The champ has been in trouble and both men have been on the canvas. Magdaleno scored the knockdown in round 1 and then Dogboe was all over him, flooring him in round 5.
Dogboe's a pit bull right now.
Manny Robles asked Magdaleno between rounds, "Are you okay? Can you go on?" I didn't see a very convincing answer.
Both men suffering the first knockdowns of their career.
Don't pull his head down, Jesse. Don't pull his head down. Let him go. Don't pull his head down. Come on.
It was a left hand to the body right there. It kind of took the air out of Dogboe. I don't know if you guys saw that at home, but it was short. That was a body shot that he hit me with. And you see Dogboe backed up a little bit, trying to get his air back.
Let him out, let him out, let him out, let him out.
You can tell that shot hurt because Dogboe's not coming forward like he was earlier. You can see a lot of inconsistency from Jessie Magdaleno having that year off, blowing up, ballooning up in weight, you know, coming in.
Another right hand.
Yeah.
He was almost sitting on that blue rope. There's another right hand. It backs him up. Final seconds of round number 6. And Dogboe on the offensive again. Great fight. Great world title fight. Joe, Tim, Mark, and Bernardo with you here on a great night of Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. What has been a sensational world title fight between the champ, the undefeated Jessie Magdaleno, and the hard-charging Isaac Dogboe.
There's that body shot I told you guys about that he landed. He bought himself some time with that body shot because Dogboe backed off a little bit. And now Jessie seems like he caught a second win, and he's coming at Dogboe with combinations, and he knows he's the champion, and he's to fight like the champion. He's reacting like one right now.
Magdalena came out, got the best of Dogboe early on, had the knockdown. But then Dogboe in that 5th round, biggest punch of the night, the right hand, and then was on the attack throughout. And now, where will this thing go? We saw the CompuBox edge the last 2 rounds. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Manny Robles' instructions for Jessie Magdaleno is, hey, do not stay on the ropes. You've got to move and you've got to stay tight, recover. And what does he do? He comes out and just throws punches against Isaac Dogboe.
He's trying to get himself back into this fight. He's behaving like a champion right now.
But Dogboe has still found a way to bull him back into the ropes. He's a strong fighter. He's a fire plug.
I'm going to tell you right now.
He mauls him back and he claims territory.
The mistake that Magdaleno is making, that right hook, yeah, it lands.
Back on the ropes here.
The right hook lands, it does, but it puts him in a position, especially when you throw a right hand, a left hook, excuse me, a right hook from the middle. Dogboe's not going anywhere. He's slipping in the inside and throwing that right hand and landing every single time. You should never throw a hook from the center. You need to get your head outside the shoulder to throw the hook, to put yourself out of range for that right hand. Boxing 101.
That's not where they want him, and he just paid the price again. Splits the guard with an uppercut, takes an angle to the outside with the right hand, digs to the belt line.
When you sit on the ropes, you're sitting duck. Target practice for Dogboe.
Dogboe is getting the best of it here. Final minute of round number 7.
Yeah, I don't care how much you think you can take him. Guess what? You're getting landed on.
I would not like to be Jessie Magdaleno's kidneys tomorrow.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Dogboe's a vicious body puncher.
Off balance, turn to his right. Magdaleno came with a left.
Sense of urgency from the champ right there, trying to fire back.
Guys, break up.
Trying to get himself back into this fight.
Comes with a lead left hand.
Watch a hold, Jessie, watch a hold. Break. 10 seconds.
Fascinating title fight. Both unbeaten. Both have been on the floor. The Accor Center here at Temple University in Philadelphia, where we've got an American champion from Las Vegas, a hard-nosed fighter born and raised in Ghana. By way of London, he fights now. But here in Philly, they're having a Philly kind of fight. Magdalena and Dogboe both have been down. Back and forth they have gone, but in the recent rounds, the lean and the momentum is with Isaac Dogboe, the upset-seeking challenger.
I'm glad to report that despite all the glories of social media, the fight itself exceeds the hype between these two guys on Instagram and Facebook or whatever it is.
Dogboe has outlanded Magdaleno 123-76, and yet you turn around ringside here and you hear some of the observers, and they're all over the place with how they're scoring this fight. Personally, I see Dogboe in control on my scorecard. Others like some of the work from Magdaleno. Of course, he did score the knockdown in the first round, only to have Dogboe come back and hurt Magdaleno badly, who had to survive in the 5th round.
I have Dogboe winning the last 4 rounds.
Agreed.
There it is.
And the shots he's landing are tough, big shots, right to the body.
No punching, no punching.
Magdaleno's trying to time Dogboe coming in But one shot at a time. Dogboe just stalking, trying to get close. He's trying to land that right hand. That's been successful for him this whole fight.
You know, someone's going to get their first loss tonight. Something ends. But I'd like to think that this is old school enough that it may be the beginning of something between these two.
I have no problem with that. Run it back all you want. But for now, let's see how this plays out. Round number 8.
The reason why Magdaleno is having success, he's moving his feet, he's finding different locations, pop shotting from the outside. And there's one thing that Dogboe's not doing. He's not using his jab to get inside.
Try to come over the top with that right hand. Tried to time him. Just missed.
You have two excellent fighters, but neither is known for his jab.
You're right.
You know?
Power punches.
As we said, we showed that in the tail of the tape. Quantity versus quality, but power punching is what they do. Of punches landed in his career, Magdaleno, 88% of them landed are power punches.
Let me go.
See, the Cotton Box average is 73%.
Come on, guys, break up.
He's well above that threshold. Isaac Dogboe, who was born in Ghana. So many great champions in the history of the sport have come from Ghana, but he took a different course. He moved to London at 8 years old. A young man who wants to go back and finish up his sociology study at a university, who has been pushed by his father into boxing and has grown into something very special, and tonight could be the most special night of his young career. Bernardo, you were listening in to that corner of Dogboe and his father, Paul.
He wants his son, Isaac, not to lunge with his shots, not to get reckless. He wants him to move towards the right of Jessie Magdaleno, stay away from his power hand, and just stay compact.
That was good advice by his father, but you know what? He was having success when he let his hands go, when he was lunging in with his right hand.
That was in the 5th round, most notably.
But right now, it seems like Magdaleno got his wits about him. He's boxing, he's showing his dimensions, you know, that he can make adjustments. Now he's dancing around and using his jab occasionally. And he landed that signature body shot that he likes to land.
Right there, when Dogboe came forward, there was that left hand to the body, and now Dogboe tries to come right down the middle with a right hand himself. There it is again, trying to time that left hand to the body as he walks forward.
Almost a little clash of heads right there, both guys coming in.
Surprised we haven't seen it throughout the night.
Right. See, when a fight ends up like this, it favors Magdaleno, because now he's allowing Magdaleno to think in there.
Wide sweeping left hand to lead with from Magdaleno.
Try to land shots like that. He was trying to sneak Dogboe, trying to get him to walk into something. Still no jabs from Dogboe, just sitting out in front. He's looking to land one shot. He's sitting on that backhand. He's looking to land that right hand on Magdaleno. There it is. If he uses the jab and kind of hide it, it'll better suit him. Just like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said, Tim.
Magdaleno's still dangerous. Still dangerous. He looks a little fresh right now. Got a second win. Knows where he's at.
Dogboe's work rate went down.
Yes, drastically.
Let him out, no knockdown. 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
NFL draft, and Barry Melrose will break down game 2 between the Sharks and the Golden Knights. That's right after Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, the conclusion of this world title fight. By the way, Shaq Griffin being drafted today in the NFL was so wonderful to see. And they will have coverage of everything that happened there, including what we have here in what has been such an entertaining world title fight. Glad you're with us here from Philadelphia for Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. What's going to be a very good stretch of world title fights. Maybe the most anticipated fight in boxing this year will be on ESPN May 12th from Madison Square Garden. The pound-for-pound best Vasily Lomachenko against Jorge Linares.
That's one place that Magdaleno don't want to be, is on the ropes. You see him step in and try to tie him up.
Isaac, let's go. Come on now.
Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Jessie Magdaleno?
Manny Robles is being extremely honest with Jessie Magdaleno. He said, you've got to win these last 3 rounds. This is a very close fight. If you want to stay champion, you've got to go out and show it and win the championship rounds.
Had never been down in his career, nor had Dogboe. He was hurt badly in that 5th round, was Magdaleno.
Great words by Manny Robles, telling the truth to his fighter.
You better in a spot like this.
Because I think this is anybody's fight right now.
Magdaleno.
2-punch combination with the right hand from Dogboe.
And he landed that lunging right hand, like I told you.
Let's see how much he has to give here, as once again the head shake from Magdaleno saying bring it. Every time he does that, that's exactly what Dogboe has done. Waving him on. His father Paul in the nearby blue corner saying get after him, why not, go and win the championship.
Dogboe saying thank you, I'll take it, thank you, you champion, thank you. And he's winning this round right now, in my opinion.
Easily.
When Magdaleno starts saying bring it on, you know he's in trouble.
Oh yeah. Any fighter says bring it on.
Body punch and a bent leg from Magdaleno for a moment. Half-minute to go here, round number 10. Championship round set to arrive, and momentum for Isaac Dogboe, the upset-seeking 23-year-old, the world title challenger.
The 4th momentum shift in the fight.
Yes, it was. And look at the legs of Magdaleno from them body shots. He's been absorbing.
Very strong round for Isaac Dogboe. Very strong. Insurance. A night here in Philly that saw Jesse Hart, their own title contender, come up with a TKO. And now these Philly fans have been thrilled by this world title action that now reaches the 11th round. The champion, undefeated Jessie Magdaleno, scored a knockdown in the 1st round. Isaac Dogboe, the upset-seeking title challenger, roared back. And look at the punches in the last round. A 23-6 connect advantage, as once again he had Magdaleno hurt.
He stung Magdaleno right there. You saw Magdaleno step back and step in and grab him. Dogboe actually started off moving, trying to find different angles to attack Magdaleno.
I'm so impressed with Magdaleno the last round, the way he was boxing, the way he had collected himself. It was masterful. All of a sudden he's back.
He's down! The champ is down for the 2nd time!
5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, son.
Let's see what Dogboe can do. Coming straight at Magdaleno.
And all of a sudden he found himself back on the ropes and getting hit with those kind of body shots.
Undefeated American and never been down. Now going to the body is Isaac Dogboe. Trying to find an uppercut. Good right hand to the body as well.
He stalks looking for that body shot.
He's looking for it. Those body shots are setting up those head shots. Magdaleno sitting right there.
Down again. It's over. There's a new world champion. His name is Isaac Dogboe. in the career of Jessie Magdaleno. The first time he had ever been on the canvas. And the guy who traveled halfway around the world, confidently coming here to Philadelphia to claim his crown, has done it. The youngest world champion from Ghana in the grand history of that country's boxing lineage. A wonderful embrace of sportsmanship after an exceptional, and I mean exceptional, world title fight that had a little bit of everything. In a fight that had 4 total knockdowns, with each man on the canvas, Dogboe is the new junior featherweight world champion. And to make it official, here's Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, an accumulation of blows forces referee Benji Estevez to step in and call a halt to the action with an official time of 1 minute 38 seconds of the penultimate and 11th round, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout. And now the new WBO Junior Featherweight World Champion, Royal Storm, Isaac Dogboe.
It was beautiful to see that type of embrace, and it's worth mentioning that Jessie Magdaleno, who really was the butt of some really mean-spirited stuff, made his way over there in the worst moment of his career, the most trying moment, he made his way over to embrace the guy who vanquished him.
Great point, Mark. Now, let's go through it here with the champ, Timothy Bradley. The first knockdown.
Magdaleno sitting on the ropes, taking them body punches. They get clipped with the right hand and the left hook. You know, you're in no man's land when you're on the ropes. There's nowhere to go. The guy's just gonna bang on me. He's trying to tie him up. Didn't do a good job with it. Found a little space, landed right on the ear, and knocked down the champion. Here it is again, right on the ear right there. And finished with that left hook and put the champion down.
And then here's the end of the fight, the moment of truth.
There you are, champion against the ropes, standing squared up. If he hit, you know what? He was tired. He was fatigued. He didn't get really hit really hard with that last shot right there. He just had enough. The champ just had enough. There it is. He's going for it. Dogboe's going for it. The left hook right there landed, but it wasn't really effective. Like I said, Magdaleno was a little bit exhausted from all the punishment and getting knocked down and getting hit to that body. And he kind of just, you know, went out on the shield, man, and said, you know what, he's the better man tonight.
Mark, we talked about the fact you're not going to see many jabs here. How about these power punch numbers? Dogboe, 156 landed to 88 for Magdaleno.
There's one thing that you can't quantify, however, and it struck both Tim and I when we left the interview room yesterday. We're trying to figure out, where did your hunger come from? Where does your confidence come from? He said, if you, and he has a little smile to him. He said, if you understood the depth of my faith, you would understand. And it's easy to doubt this guy. But Tim, we both left that room thinking this kid can actually do it. And lo and behold, he did.
And we will hear from the new champ and Jessie Magdaleno when we return after this short break.